Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Draw Your Swords, an actual play D&D podcast played with comic artists and writers. I am Sandy, the Dungeon Master, and joining me this week...
Hey, I'm Harry and I play Emlyn the Halfling Rogue.
Hi, I'm Holly. I play Veda the Fire Genasi Bard.
Hi, I'm Lily and I play Fig the Furball. And guys, I'm sorry I don't have a pun today, but I do have a joke if you want to hear it.
Okay.
I'm not going to encourage you.
Okay, knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Oh,
Orange, you glad it's a pun?
No?
I had one all along.
Oh no. Aren't you glad I had a pun? Last episode, we escaped from the treacherous plot of Alexander to cave you in on this horrible dungeon. You went through this whole labyrinth of strange dungeon where no one really was. It was extremely quiet. You might have found giant erotica, who really knows. You then came across a strange crystal of power and knowledge where Veda hogged it to herself and asked a bunch of questions, and finding massive amounts of treasure that had been stored down for a while down this well. You were then rescued by Poppy, who helped you out of this strange dungeon. You then made your way back to a smokestack burning Lilion to find that it wasn't Lilion, but the DYS house, and that there was nothing but a crater left. Trying to console yourselves with the actions of your party and trying to figure out what to do next. Emlyn got very emotional and kind of spilled the beans on what was going on, and the party's now sleeping with the knowledge of everyone did a good job and Alexander's out there wreaking havoc. So we shall see what happens then. The day is Quan, the 9th of Noctis. The days become colder and people begin bundling up a little more. Fig, as you're falling asleep on the balcony, you wake up with a bit of chill on yourself. The morning comes with a heavy hand and your bodies are all achy from the unusual strain on them physically and emotionally. Fig, as you sit up, you notice banners flying high and a group of horsemen and infantry heading into the square. On the banners you see lion heads with 3 swords underneath it, and you've kind of seen this around and know it to be the mark of the guards. You see descending from her warhorse this half-giant woman, dark skin. As she takes off her helmet, you see this long black hair that drapes right down past her back as it's tied in this impressively tight braid. Wearing full plate mail armor, and she seems to be wielding a 2-handed mace. You see Francis giving her a deep bow, and the 6'9" orc is dwarfed by her size. And they head towards the inn, and the rest of the unit seems to head towards the lion's den.
There's big people coming.
What do you mean, big people?
I saw the orc lady and then another really big lady, and they're heading towards the inn.
Do you think they're coming to talk to us?
I imagine so.
I suppose we should get dressed then.
Yeah.
Veda
I'm
says
probably
with
so.
bed hair.
Fig's starting to look like a little fluffier these days. It's getting cold. It's getting his winter fur in.
What does Veda's bedhead look like?
Just really big.
It's like drag queen, like big hair just on fire.
Yeah, like just absurd.
Yeah.
She's got to tame it. She doesn't just wake up like this.
5 hours later, Vader's ready.
Not quite that bad. She does need like half an hour at least.
Gotta keep them waiting.
Yeah.
As you are getting ready and stuff, no one seems to come up and get you or anything like that. It does seem to be pretty quiet in general. If you have the windows open, the general sounds of the marketplace around. It seems to be some sort of Saturday market, farmer's market style going on right now in the morning. I'd say it's probably like 8:30 in the morning. It seems to be quite chill. You know this to be the second day of the weekend, Quan. So
You're gonna need to like give us a list of the days.
there's 3 days in the weekend, and there's 10
Nice.
days in a week. So
Oh, less nice.
yeah, 7 days of working. What'd you guys like to do?
I like the idea of Veda like getting ready and looking really nice and stuff like that, and then Fig just to get ready he got up and scraped all the muffin crumbs off of him from the night before.
While Veda's getting ready, she's just gonna be like, okay, so what do we know about what is going on so far? There's the Obsidian Prince who shrugs. I don't know.
Jean-Luc said he could possibly be in Zundaria?
He did?
Yes.
How would he know?
Because he knew of him when he was like, he used to be like a bad guy, kind of, I guess. Not really a bad guy, like he's nice,
Not
you know.
all people who are criminals are bad guys.
Well, I was going to say that. He's not a bad guy, but he did bad things. Yeah, well, he was saying that he knew of him sort of in those days.
So the Obsidian Prince is from Zundaria, and so is Alexander, and so the Nitois. So there's quite a lot of connection to Zundaria.
Yeah, it seems like Zundaria and Kingsentry Mire are places that we should be looking into. It's where everything
I was
kind of
thinking
leads.
Alexander is the one, isn't he, who sent all the guards to the Kingsentry Mire in the first place? So
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking, do you think it was a setup? Do you think he was sending them?
I
They
think
might be
that's
in league with him.
very likely. He sent the Bannerman down there, right?
Well, unless they were all working with the Obsidian Prince or together on something, and it was
Maybe,
a ruse.
but the asshole in the non-world said that they killed the Bannerman. So it seems like Alexander sent the Bannerman to meet these people knowing they would be outnumbered and would
Oh,
take
sure.
them down. So then that weakens the guard presence in town. That helped him with his plan.
But like Zidara is the capital city, right?
Yeah.
Like we know that. Like, what do we know about it? It's just. I feel like if it's just like an enormous city, I don't know that we have like leads.
Yeah, you don't really. I mean, you don't really have any leads in Kingsentry Mire either.
Oh, we should find out what these people downstairs are gonna say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's like you have Zundaria, and then a long way down at the bottom is Kingsentry Mire. That's why it took them so long to get back, and why no information of the Bannerman has come back to Lilian.
Well, let's go downstairs and talk to people and see what they're gonna say.
This makes more sense that you have the right
Because our
map now.
characters are idiots. Okay.
Okay, as you descend down the stairs, you see, everyone's having breakfast, and Jean-Luc is busy serving a bunch of people, and you see probably about fig-sized human-looking woman sitting at a table with Francis, having a discussion, and Francis kind of catches your eye, and she kind of like nods towards you. Doesn't really beckon you over or anything like that, but it's up to you what you want to do.
Oh, maybe she wasn't coming for us. She was just coming for breakfast. There goes our lead.
Shall we just get some breakfast and then maybe talk to her? See what
Yeah,
she
just
says?
like look over at her. It's like, hey, so
I think we should ask them anyway. I mean, surely they might be thinking about Alexander or what's happened to their guards. So we want to know the same stuff.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Okay, wander over.
Okay, so do you get food and stuff first and then head over?
Yeah, Fig's been slowly edging towards the bar.
Okay, I'll say you guys pick up food and you head over to Francis and this large woman. Francis, she stands up. Hello, it is nice to see you again.
Good morning. May
Hello.
we join you?
Of course. And she kind of beckons towards a seat. This is, and she stands up. Her hair like kind of strangely blows in the wind where there's no wind. And she says, "My name is Lieutenant Commander Anasuya. Nice to meet you. We are here, like I've been discussing with Francis, to bolster the guards here. But from what I've heard from stories this morning, everything is not as peachy as it once seems. Please, I've heard so much about you. Take a seat."
How tall is this lady? Is she bigger than me?
She's like
Doesn't
roughly your
sense.
height, but she looks human.
Oh, weird.
Kind of think of Gerudos. They're like
Okay.
just like huge women.
I'm gonna channel Saren for a second. Is she hot?
She is.
God bless.
She's attractive. She's a bit weathered from her travels, but yeah, she's. I feel like Veda would be attracted to her.
I just gonna hold out her hand to like shake.
Yeah, she grasps your hand, and it's a big, mighty hand. You feel the calluses of a well battle-hardened woman. It's nice to meet you.
Enchanté.
She kind of like furrows her brow. Yeah. Okay. Apparently, Alexander has gone missing, and he said that the towns has been lacking some guards recently, hence why we have come. But I do not know why he would bolster the guards, and he sent this request in about a month ago. Do you have any more information on this?
Where are you from?
Zundaria. We just made our way through.
Could you be trying to lessen the amount of guards in Zundaria?
No. We have small infantry, about 30 men. The guard amount in Zundaria reaches upwards of 8,000, so
Ooh.
it will be fine. That is where the main hub of our guards come from and get
Fig's just
trained.
picturing a city just made of guards.
We had given Alexander a little bit of a hard time about the amount of guards in this town, but that was much more recently than a month ago.
Francis did say, and that's why I'm confused. I don't understand why. We have traveled quite far, and we're going to take a look around and see what we can find out. But we might have questions for you soon. And it's weird to see Francis not in this seat of power, where before she would be quite vocal and quite strong. She's silent and just looking at this woman in sheer awe. Anasuya, she kind of like looks at you and says, "What more can you tell me? I've heard that he tried to get rid of you.
Yes, he tried to blow us up.
Why? Why you three?"
No idea. He said it wasn't personal, it was just business, but we don't know what the business is, and it felt kind of personal.
I think he did not want us to interfere.
Interfere with
Because-
what?
Well, if he was the one who blew up the noble house, we had a run-in with the bandits who were importing explosives, and perhaps he did not want us to be around in case we recognized something.
Seems that you have had a lot of run-ins with Alexander and his new group.
We did not realize they were connected at the time.
I must say it is very disheartening. He was a great leader when I knew him in
Was
the
he?
academy. Yes, back in Zundaria he was excellent.
He must have been planning this for a long time. He has been putting his efforts into whatever it is this group is doing rather than his duty to this town.
We can't just go off on a raiding party searching for him, so we will have to wait a little while until I get more orders and can confirm a lot of other bits and pieces. We will bolster this battalion here, so the town is well looked after, and I will be sure that this will never happen again. Francis, you have come to say that you want to become the captain of the guard? And she kind of like stands up and says, yes. It was... Friends here suggested I should do it. Well, Asiana kind of like sits up a little bit. Granted, it is done. I will get all the paperwork done for that, and I will see you soon. And she kind of like stands up. You feel the...
I feel like as she stands up, Emlyn is like, "Here, you said you wouldn't be sending out a raiding party, but if you were, where would you be looking for him?"
Well, I would need more information. I would probably send some groups to the surrounding cities to find out where, or even around Lilion, have a discussion with some of the guards on the tower, anyone that could have seen anything of Alexander, who saw him last, that kind of thing. But right now we can't. I have lots of other bits and pieces to do, and it will probably take a day or two before we get something out.
No, that makes sense. It's just interesting. You're just very good at your job. Emlyn is like sitting back down again and not saying anything. I think they're very like not keen to speak up around people in positions of power or authority.
Yeah.
They sort of just like go back to eating their breakfast.
Yeah. Says, okay. And kind of like stands up, you know. And it's weird, Fig, like to see a human person like hitting your height and just kind of like looks at you, nods, picks up her massive two-handed mace that was on the ground, nobly and very militaristically walks out, back straight, and she kind of like opens the door, kind of looks back at you guys, and then just walks out. And Francis goes, right.
Are you okay, Francis?
Yes, she's very scary.
Could I tell if she was actually human or if she was like a bit of giant or something?
Make a...
Insights check?
No, it would be a history check.
Shit. Go, history. 9.
Hard to say, really.
Well.
You've never encountered a human-looking person like that. Most giants that you've encountered have either been furbolgs or like Poppy.
She was very big.
Yes, she's quite an impressive fighter and very courageous. But she kind of leans in. I didn't tell her everything. I felt like it was your responsibility to get Alexander. He should come in for your justice. You have more to gain, and I feel you would take care of him much more quickly and silently than a band of our own guard. So, as the new captain of the guard, I implore you to maybe track him down. We have heard he's heading eastward, southeast towards Bormure. Some guards have come back saying they were looking to head east. A big band of people were heading that way towards the mountains.
What's Bormure? Is it a town?
Yes, it is a small village to the south of us.
Well, I guess we should go there and talk to some people then.
It might be a good idea, but there's no rush if you need to go get other things.
If we get there, do you know anyone that we could talk to about him? Or anything like that?
From Bormure,
Yeah.
you could head towards the inn, the Graceful Goat, I believe it's called. Goldman would probably know most things. He kind of runs that area.
Is it a smaller town than Lilion?
Oh, much. It is a small fishing area, mostly farms and bits and pieces like that. Not huge. So, if there was something big coming through the city, they would know.
To get to Zuntaria from Lilion, or vice versa, is there another passage through the mountains, or do you have to go around them?
You can go
I've never
through the
traveled
mountains. There's a place called the Dornrune Pass, straight eastward of Bormire, and it goes right through.
So if they were heading to Zuntaria, that would be the way to go.
Yes, if you wanted to head to Zundaria.
Do you think that he'd be heading to Zentaria?
I don't know. You could check in there, seeing if they would pass through. But be careful there. It is not the same as any other place in the Empire. The noble family there, the Alnir, are very protective of their mountains.
But we're not going to hurt the mountains.
Just a warning. Have you ever been passed through here? And you kind of, she points towards Emlyn. You're from the Empire. Have you ever passed through that way?
Yeah, I guess maybe Emlyn is like, I've been through there, but mostly try and get through pretty sharpish from one place to the other. There's stone giants run the whole city. I mean, there's the nobles, but there's sort of the guards as well. It's not the sort of place that you wanna. Emlyn like glances over everyone and is just like, I mean, I would imagine it's not the sort of place that you'd want to be caught doing anything wrong.
It is certainly not. If you're going to go through that way, the stone giants would have heard a band of people. But if you're trying to be sneaky, you would not head through that way.
Could we go over the mountains?
There are mountain paths through there, yes. It's dangerous though. I will try to delay a little bit around here before you can head out and be ready. I would say good luck to you. If you need any more information or anything like that, I will try my best. Be safe. Stay strong.
You too, and congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you. I will try my best.
You will be a good captain, I can tell.
Come back when you've finished bringing this scum to justice, and We'll see how I'm doing.
I will tell you all about it.
I look forward to hearing the tale. And she kind of sits up, takes a big drink of her flagon, and then wipes her face and heads back out. And she kind of waves you off. Good luck!
Thank you.
As you're left now, having your breakfast and morning drinks, wherever that
I
is.
think I'll just have tea.
Like tea, God, Sandy.
Yeah, I have like apple juice.
You guys are so boring! Everyone else is like drinking ale and wine, and you're like, an apple juice, please?
Apple juice is delicious.
Because we're model heroes.
Yeah.
We are. We're all so good.
Is the wee town that they've seen Alexander going towards like in a different direction towards the mountains, or is it all the same way?
It's the main path. It goes.
Oh, I see.
Here we go. It heads south and then eastward.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, sweet.
It's pretty close.
That's the way that we like sprinted down that riverbank.
Yeah. So you got
On
like
to the
halfway
horse.
there.
Okay, cool.
So
How long would it take to get there?
a day of traveling, so like 8 to 10 hours.
NB.
So if you left now, you get there about 4 or 5.
Okay. Do you guys want? When do you guys want to go?
I mean,
guess we
I
should
want to find
get
him. I don't have anything to do in town.
Yeah, she said there was no rush, but I feel like there's a bit of a rush.
I feel like there's a rush, yes.
Yeah, I feel like there's a rush.
Unless there's
just
anything you need to do.
If we are going to leave town, I have a couple of letters I want to write before we go, but it won't take me long.
Okay.
That's fine.
Do you have to go somewhere to do that?
I can just sit in the room and do it.
Okay. Emlyn, do you want to go do anything while she's doing that?
No. I've not really got money to spend or anything. And I don't need to go to the baths. Emlyn has washed in the wash basin. And they look kind of okay.
I think Fig's still a bit singed.
Yeah, as far as Emlyn is concerned, they look passable. They're ready.
Fig doesn't really care. I do want to get some food for the road.
You can easily do that. As we'll have like a little
But-
montage of
Do I have to pay for it?
Of course.
I don't have any money.
Oh, that's right. You gave it all to Emlyn, didn't you?
Oh,
They
no,
do-
Emlyn
they
didn't
don't
accept
buy
the money.
I gave it to you. I don't have it.
No, Emlyn did not accept that money.
Too bad. You have it.
Well, alright, well then Emlyn goes around with the pouch that they've kept separate, buying all the food for Fig, and then just like slips it back into Fig's pocket if they can.
I don't think you can reach his pocket.
Roll sleight of hand. See if you can.
Yeah.
So 21.
So
Slam dunk it
yeah,
into his back pocket.
Maybe like after buying the food though, you know?
yeah.
Mhm.
It
So-
seems like they have it.
So I just will have like a little montage of you guys doing stuff. We have Veda writing notes to various people, and Fig. You what stuff do you buy? Is it just like dried meats?
He just buys
or-
like dried meats. And I don't know how to say this other than traveling vegetables. I don't know. It's like,
So like root vegetables and stuff.
yeah.
Okay, stuff that will keep a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
No tomatoes.
No tomatoes.
Okay.
I feel like Emlyn like knows like what to buy that will last, even if they're not very good at actually cooking it. They like cooking it, so probably Emlyn like picks stuff up as well.
I'd say mark down Fig that you've got like 30 rations. And
They're
like,
all gonna be gone within a day.
yeah.
Okay, in that case, can I have like separate rations that I'm like making for everyone?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, get some for Veda. She'll give you the money.
That's fine.
Rations, I would say, are like, stuff that you would be able to cook. So 30 rations isn't just like, oh, I'm just going to eat a bit of something. It's like a meal. So
Okay.
there's no way that Fig himself could eat 30 rations in a day.
Try me.
So is that 30 each or like 30 for both of us?
I'll say like overall you get 30 rations. So however you want to divide that up.
Okay.
Or we'll
Well,
just
I
go,
can
like
carry
half
them.
and half. Okay, fine. You can carry them. No, wait. Emma doesn't trust you. Let's go
Like,
half and
I
half.
can carry them. I'll look after them. I promise.
No. I feel like that also works out because it just means that Emlyn is cooking like a normal amount of food for them and Veda, and then Fig is eating twice as much. Done.
Okay. So yeah.
So I'll give you 15 of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
15 rations. Mark off, I'd say like a gold, and then as you are able to slip back the coin purse into Fig's pocket. Fig, you don't notice.
Okay, I don't know how much I get back.
14. So
I'll put 13 in.
okay, Veda, Who are you sending letters to?
She's writing a letter to her family.
Okay.
Just to let them know how she's getting on.
Okay. Nice.
Tell them that she's traveling a bit further and stuff. He's not going to go into details about people trying to kill her or anything like that.
Okay. So just a general update.
Why not, Veda?
Because they already didn't want her to leave anyway. But yeah, so she's just going to write to her parents to be like, "Hi mom, hi dad, I'm doing good. Just like traveling around, I've made some friends." She's going to say that she's been in Lilion for a few days and she's heading to Bormir and maybe to Sundaria.
Okay.
She's not sure yet, but she'll update them when she gets a chance. And just sort of general, like, there's not much point in her asking questions because they can't write back to her because they don't know where she's going to be. So, yeah, just that. And I think she's also going to write a little note for Malara, just saying that they're heading off. But she hopes that they meet again sometime. And a couple other things that I'll message you about.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, I feel like Emlyn should also write letters, but they're more just like wee notes. I feel like as soon as you said that, I was like, oh no, wait. Emlyn also does that.
Okay.
Big writes sticky notes to himself.
Eat. And they're going all the way to Zisan. I'll say for like sending letters and stuff, make it just like a gold.
Okay.
For the courier service.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess she would just say to Jean-Luc in the inn that she wanted to send them and ask sort of where in town she could do that.
Yeah. You punch in the direction of the postmasters, which is like in the square, and you probably bump into Emlyn and stuff there as they're sending letters away as well.
Is that one gold for me as well, yeah?
Yeah. I'll say for like all your correspondence and stuff that you've been doing.
Cool.
That'll just cover that. As you're preparing to leave and stuff, you head back into the Golden Grain Inn. You see sitting at the bar with a large backpack on and a small pseudo-dragon on her shoulders. You see Malara, battle axe in hand as well, speaking to Jean-Luc. Yes, I will probably be gone a couple of, I don't know, weeks, months. But if you save it... Oh.
Hello. I just wrote you a letter.
Yeah, so I'm going to be heading towards Zundaria today.
That's where we're going to.
Well, that's a bit awkward. And you just see her take a letter from behind the bar and start just like ripping up slowly. Well, that's fine. And just kind of like throws over the bar. Jean-Luc's like, oh, never mind then. It is fine. I don't need to clean that up or anything. So it looks like you're heading in the same way.
We are doing a very extreme version of that awkward thing where you talking to someone and you say goodbye and then you both walk in the same direction.
Yes, I think that's what was happening.
You want to travel with us for a little?
Yes.
We're going to Pomia.
Yeah, I would be heading down that way.
Maybe Daria, we're not sure yet, but we're going as far as Pomia at least.
Yes, I'll be heading through the Dornrune Pass as well. I don't know if you've seen or heard about that, but that's the way I'm heading through the mountain. But like the conversation we had, that my friend who left me, funny little fellow, has been missing for a while, and I think I need to find her.
I hope you can.
Like you said, your friend told you to travel, so I want to give it a go, see how it goes. Yes, when are you heading out?
We were just going to take our things and head off soon, today.
Well, I'm all packed and ready to go if you want to. God, that's weird, isn't it?
Very weird.
Can I roll insights to see if it is weird or she planned this?
Sure.
24?
It's a coincidence.
Oh.
She was planning on leaving, hence why she had the letter to say to Veda.
Crazy DM coincidence.
Yeah, what a weird coincidence. I like your dragon.
Oh, thank you. She says, oh yes, this is Harper. And she kind of feeds him a little.
Can I pet him?
Yeah, if you want to.
I give him a pat and I talk to him. I'm like, hello little Harper, my name is Fig. How is he feeling?
He feels fine, safe, doesn't seem threatened or anything. Kind of like
Oh, he's a good boy.
tilts his head at you.
This is like two dogs meeting in the park.
This is our pet, that's your pet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Okay, I'll just go grab my things.
I suppose I should grab my things too, little buddy.
She just kind of like screws her face up at you. She's like, what?
Gonna head upstairs and get my like blanket. I think that's all I own.
A blanket. Like
A
Superman.
blanket.
Visually, what does everyone kind of look like with their backpacks on? Like, what does everyone have?
Veda's mostly got clothes.
Is it like a big like rucksack? Is it like a side bag? Is it?
I think a backpack, because like a side bag is so impractical for traveling around.
Is there any like weird little bits and pieces that you'll think you'll need for the road? Is there anything?
Did you guys get more rations for Veda?
Yes.
Yeah, Emlyn is carrying them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you have like a big rucksack. Is it multicolored? Is it just like a leather rucksack? Is it like a
Just
huge-
leather, I think.
Okay,
Nice and waterproof.
so it's a very practical.
Yeah.
What do you wear when you're traveling?
Just her like normal armor dress and like maybe a cloak.
Okay, is it like a dark
Battle
cloak?
She's
dress.
fancy, but she's not dumb enough to get super dressed up and like wear heels for traveling.
Yeah. What does Emlyn look like?
Emlyn only has they only have one set of like shoes and like quite a lot of things.
Mhm.
So I feel like the traveling outfit isn't that different apart from like a cloak. They definitely have like a big backpack that like a lot of their stuff looks like it's not really the right size for them. Like it was designed or owned by someone of a different size. And they have like just like a bunch of shit. They have so much shit. They have a bunch of stuff under the cloak as well that you can't really see. So you can't really see their short swords, and they have like a little bow and stuff.
Their backpack's like the same size as them, basically.
Yeah, I think it is. They have like loads of things.
Would you say that you were good at packing?
What, Emlyn?
Yeah,
God, I think maybe not.
that's why it's so big. It's just like things are
Maybe
just like
I
shoved
think
in.
yeah, and they have quite a lot of stuff that like they've never really had a use for, but they think would be good to have with them. And like a lot of the clothes aren't really folded, and there's stuff that I don't think they are good at it.
Okay.
I think they'd be really good at unpacking into a really nice like dresser or something, but maybe it's like clear that they're sort of used to having like a wagon with them or something, or they were once.
Yeah.
And now
okay.
it's just like all the stuff from that's left is crammed into one rucksack.
Fig, what does it look like when you travel?
Fig has like he just wears his normal clothes. Like he doesn't have any other set of clothes or anything. It's just his leather armor. And then his bag is like 2 or 3 bags kind of sewed together badly, and it's got like bits of leather that's obviously from something else, like trousers or something that's made into a pocket. And he's got loads of like stuff in there that you're not really sure if it's used for spell things or he just likes it. Like he's got his rock collection and some sweet leaves and some nice sticks, but he's also got like little bits and bobs for his spell components.
So yeah, there's just like twigs and shit hanging out of the bag.
Yeah.
And all that. Okay.
And he's got his 2 staffs in his back as well.
It's like spellcaster Geralt of Aruvia.
Hell yeah.
I want to point out that like when I was like, oh, Emlyn just has like loads of shit with them. They have like pointless stuff. It's definitely they used to think that until they saw what Fig was carrying around, and now they're like, yeah, it's pretty useful. Actually, it's pretty useful. I could use this.
Fig's like, this rock looks like a squirrel.
Yeah.
It's great.
You pack up everything. Jean-Luc will probably give you guys a hug on the way out.
Oh, I
same
give
with
him like
me.
a really big tight hug there.
And he says, remember what I told you, Fig, okay? I'm sure you've
Yes.
told your friends.
I have.
Just be true to each other and you will make it out of this. I'm
Thank you
sure
for
of it.
being a friend, Jean-Luc.
I'm always here. I know how tough it can be in this world and just want to make sure that no one else can be hurt by it. Good luck.
Thank you.
I think Veda'll give him a hug too. I hope we meet again. I like your inn, and I want to hear more of your stories.
And you make really good chicken.
Thank you, that is Milo. I don't really cook it.
The royal we. Is that the right way to use that phrase?
I don't think so. We shall meet again, I'm sure of it. Good luck, and may your adventures bring you great stories that you can tell in song.
Maybe we'll write to you.
If you so see fit, you can. If you
I
wish.
mean, I don't have any pen pals, but these guys do, so we'll
Feel
see.
free to write to me, Fig. Good luck. I will see you again. As you exit out into the Greenfall Square, head to the eastern gates to the city. Is there anything you need? Are you looking for any extra transport, or are you walking?
Well, it's only like like a day's travel.
Yeah, it's not that bad. And if we really have to, I can be a horse.
Yeah. Okay.
For 2 hours now, guys.
As you guys now leave out of Lilian, you see the front gates, a couple of farms and windmills on top of hills, now with Malara with you, looking at her new-found group. She kind of says, I'm sure we shall have some good fun.
What's Malara wearing? She's still wearing her white dress.
Malara is now wearing like a leather tunic and kind of very sensible big hiking boots and baggy trousers. Very, very comfortable and practical. And her big battle axe on her side and a weapon called a sax on the side.
A what?
Sax. S-E-A-X. Which is like a practical knife of medieval times. I guess we should just get to walking then, eh?
Are we like out of the city and into like nature now?
Yeah, we're just walking now into nature.
Figs, having a blast.
Yeah. It's mostly farms though.
Oh, not so much a blast yet.
Yeah.
Getting there. There's cows and shit. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we did it. We got our NPC beef.
We do. She's a beefiest too.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's any like cows or horses like at the sides of fields and stuff, Fig's totally like grabbing a handful of grass and trying to feed them.
Yeah. Okay, so what kind of pace are you going with that in mind? Are you going quickly? Are you going kind of like slowly? Are you just going kind of like a normal pace?
Just walking?
Yeah, just like a normal
pace. Like,
I feel like
running.
maybe we're trying to go quite quickly, but then sort of like because of this,
Yeah.
because Fig keeps disappearing, it ends up kind of normal pace. I don't know.
Well, he like quickly does it and then like scoots back and then he'll go off somewhere else and scoot back.
Yeah, I feel like not slowly, but like we're not running.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Gotta keep up a steady pace.
steady pace. Yeah. Are now walking through the countryside of Lilian. You do see a couple of wayfarers coming by, some people with carts being drawn by horses. You see people kind of speaking off to the side over fences of the day. People hard at work in the fields. It seems that farmers don't get a day off, especially with the coming winter months. It's a very lively kind of area. You get that kind of cold smell in your nostrils of a wintry month coming.
Fig waves to everyone, but is actually at their horses.
People seem friendly enough and are more than welcome to engage in conversation. As a good couple of hours pass, Malara, she seems more shy and a bit more within herself. You can tell that she's very nervous about being away from Lilian. As Veda, you know that she's never really left this area before. As you see off to the side, as you're now leaving more of the farmyard or the farmsteads and more into the wilderness. Yeah.
Before we leave the like area with the farms, if people are around and like chatty, can we ask them if they saw like lots of people going by?
Okay.
Or like anyone unusual going by? I guess all we know about is Alexander and the mysterious red dude.
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Investigation to speak to people?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're trying to find information. 16. Pretty good. You got +3. You're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I just realized that my persuasion is like exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, investigation it is.
As you are walking around, Malara hearing this kind of stuff for the first time, gets curious, what you guys are doing. As you ask around, one farmer says, "Yes, I remember waking up quite late at night and seeing a large band of people. Didn't want to go investigate too much, but yes, they were heading down southward, heading towards Bormio. But if you want to know more information, yes, I would head down that way."
And was that last night?
Yes, and he kind of like tries to recall. Yes, it was last night. You seem to be in quite a rush.
Right, so were they sort of on horseback and galloping?
Yes.
Kind of in a rush.
Most were on horses, yes.
Alright, thank you very much.
No worries. He kind of just goes back to feeding some pigs.
I feel like maybe Emlyn is like trying to like not running or nothing, but is a bit like trying to encourage the others to like walk faster. I guess they're probably the slowest, but they're probably still doing this.
Okay.
They're like mad that everyone's not walking faster, even though it's definitely their fault.
Yeah, so you kind of pick up pace a little bit. Malara asks, "What are you guys actually doing?"
So you know how the noble house burned to the ground?
Yeah.
It seems like it was Alexander who was the one who did it.
Really?
So we are trying to figure that out and find him.
Interesting. So there could be a fight involved.
Possibly.
Hmm.
Did you know him at all?
Nah, not really. We don't really deal with him. Dealt with some of his men, but not Alexander himself. Why?
I'm just wondering.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. Definitely something that he's been keeping secret. All signs seem to point to him, but we don't know what his motive may be.
So this isn't just a nice trip through the countryside to Boromir, then?
Unfortunately.
We can make it nice.
Well, this has been nice so far. Just want to know why I'm traveling. That is all.
Before he blew up the noble house, he tried to kill us, so we have a little bit of personal business with him too.
I'm sure he will meet a quick and swift end.
Not quick if I have anything to do with it.
I'm sure you'll make it quite painful for him if he tried to kill you.
Fate is the best.
If I can help in any way, I will. And she kind of like hits onto her chest.
How are you feeling being out and about?
It's kind of weird. I don't really know anything outside the city. Like I said, I've mostly just lived in Lilion. I haven't even traveled to Boromir or anything like that. Lilion's been my life.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I had never left Diva before I came here, so...
And your parents were okay with this?
They didn't want me to go, but they also know me well enough to know that they could not stop me.
You are a very powerful woman. It's kind of just like smirks. As you guys spend most of the day walking to Boromir, it's about afternoon. You're having some food as you see on the side of the road a broken down cart, and a smaller sized human guy kind of waves at you. Excuse me, could you give us a hand?
You have a problem?
As you kind of walk over, you notice off to the side the cart has tipped over slightly and one of the wheels is cracked. He says, a wheel has cracked and I can't get it out of the ditch. We might be able to fix it, but I can't move it. You notice that he has a small family with him. It seems to be a woman holding a baby and a kind of teenage-ish boy. Could you give me a hand at all?
I can give you a hand, no problem.
Emlyn doesn't trust them. Inside check.
Who are you inside
Emlyn's
checking?
very jumpy now. Like whether it's a trap.
Okay.
The babies have gone.
Yeah. Take a quick insight check then, just on everyone.
Okay. Emlyn's
Way to
insight
help.
isn't very good. 14.
As you kind of look at the guy, he seems friendly enough. He doesn't seem to be wielding anything more than like a small dagger. The wife and baby that she's holding seems to just be like sitting there. She's just rocking the baby back and forth, waiting expectingly. The kind of teenage boy, however, is very sitting on the ground, arms crossed, just kind of grumpy. He looks a bit.
Teenagers, am I right?
Yeah, he just looks a bit like a teenager.
Emlyn feels bad for not trusting them and goes to say hi to the baby because I don't think they think they're going to be very helpful with the cart.
Okay. The baby's probably the same size as you. No, I'm joking.
Huge baby. Biggest baby. Did I mention the family? We're enormous giants.
As you kind of go over and speak to her a little bit about the baby, he kind of like goes over to the cart with Fig, the guy, and he says, Jerome, come on, get up, give us a hand.
Jerome?
Jerome. And he kind of like gets up sluggishly and says, right, if you could just take the back, we'll pull up the front.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself and him.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like, now don't, this isn't gonna hurt. And I'm just gonna cast guidance and flowers are gonna grow on his shoulder.
He kind of just like, okay. Make an athletics check.
15. Ooh, that's a
16.
1, so 16.
Okay. As you see, like, a lot of tarp covered bits and pieces on this cart. This cart is not for like sleeping or anything, it's mostly for travel. As you kind of start lifting it out, and kind of like struggles a little bit. And he's kind of like pushing the front and just like, Jerome, go on, hurry, help over there. And Jerome kind of goes over to the side and starts helping you to push it up, as he seems to be shoulder wide trying to pull this thing back up, and you see that he kind of attaches a horse to it, hits it on the side as it gets pulled up, and eventually goes off onto the main road. Whew, thank you.
That wasn't too bad.
Thank you very much. Don't have much gold or anything to thank you, but
Oh no, it's no problem at all. I'm happy to help.
yeah. Oh,
And I pet the horse.
yeah. It's a nice, well looked after horse, you can tell. Oh, thank you. Veda, what are you doing in this with
Just
Lara?
watching.
Yeah. Make a perception check for me.
Someone stabbed me when I wasn't looking.
16.
Okay. As Fig is having this conversation, you notice that the kid is kind of standing next to Fig, and he's got his hands in Fig's bag.
You're not going to find anything in there,
Oh
boy.
my god, was I right?
Hey, kid, what are you doing?
Huh? Nothing. Why? What are you doing?
Big, is anything missing from your pocket?
I don't know. I don't have anything in my pockets other than all this foliage.
Fig, as you kind of go into your, kind of take a look in your bag, you notice that your healing potion's missing.
Oh, my healing potion's just like, did you steal my healing potion? I look at the kid.
What? No.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
15?
See how well he lies. Yeah, he's
Ooh.
lying. Rolled 12. He's just like, no. Why would I steal anything from you?
I put my hands on my hips and look as big as possible. Just like, if I could like puff up like a dog
Okay.
with its hackles. It's like, you took my healing potion, I would like it back.
Make an intimidation check.
Do I get advantage because I have hackles?
No, that's your intimidating.
10? I'm not intimidating. I just look fluffier, I'm like a bird.
He rolled a 1 to see it.
Ah!
So
Yeah.
intimidated.
I'm so scary!
Yeah, he's just like, fine, I don't want it. Anyway, and he just kind of like throws it on the ground. And just,
No!
like, spins
Gotta
on the
catch
dirt.
it. Ugh.
He's just like, Jerome, get on the cart now. He's like, fine. Don't want to go to a stupid place anyway. So boring.
Yikes. I pick up my healing potion.
The woman just says to Emlyn, ugh, children. Can't really deal with them. You get so bored so quickly.
I know what you mean. Where are you going?
We're just making our way to Lilian. We've just need to move places. That's all. She's gonna give you a smile.
Well, best of luck. Emlyn's still like maybe half listening, half playing peekaboo with the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
And she says, oh, do you have kids as well? Oh, I didn't mean to.
No, I just the one. I've not seen him in a while. It's complicated.
I get complicated. And she kind of just smiles and gets like an acknowledgement. Says, well, good luck, whatever you're doing.
Did Veda hear that?
I would say make a perception check, because this is kind of going on with, as Jerome's being...
8. No.
I think so.
Do I hear it?
Again, make a perception if you want to try to hear it.
I mean, I feel like if you guys are close,
12.
Emlyn's not yelling it.
Yeah. 12. I'll say, yeah, like, as you're kind of close, you do pick up on it, Fig. And she just says, yeah, good luck to you. I'll see if we can deal with him. And she just goes, I told you to put your sticky finger. She kind of like hits him on the back, and the cart goes off. And Lara just says, going to be interesting if we help everyone we see on the road.
I mean, we've only seen one set of people on the road that needed help.
Yeah, and it was
One
a
a
quick
day
fix.
is pretty reasonable.
It was a quick fix, and their horse is nice. Child, maybe not.
Yeah, well,
We should have told him to go see Francis.
Well, you're gonna be like that if you're called Jerome.
what is wrong with the name Jerome?
He's just a wee boy. Leave him.
It's just
It's
not a
fine. You
great
got
name.
it back.
I know. I'm not making a fuss. I'm just saying they could have named him better.
Yikes.
It's like the bitchiest Fig's ever been.
I know,
Also, like,
right?
Fig doesn't know anything about names, right? Like, how many people with
name
me?
is-
He just has a preference. He's like,
Fig is-
well, the name Twig or Brand should have been nicer.
Fig just hears about someone called like Tom and is like, Tom, really? Is that a name?
Really? Jeez. Well, you can get Tomcat, so that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything that can be like animal related or plant related, that's a good name.
Yeah, secretly he's got like a diary written with all your names, including Emlyn and Veda. Just like,
He's
what are
like,
these names?
Veda, what the
What
hell
the
kind of a name
Fuck
is that?
is that?
Yeah, maybe Emlyn is like, so What do you think of Emlyn then?
Emlyn's nice.
Yeah, great name.
Sounds like
for a great
melon.
person, right? Sounds
What?
like what?
Melon.
I feel like Emlyn doesn't know what to make of that.
Is this normal conversation with you guys? Veda? Is this?
Sadly, yes.
No worries.
Vig is new to life.
She's very confused.
What?
He's not been here very long.
Is he a baby?
Kind of.
Yeah, no, kind of.
Okay, I won't.
I'm not a baby.
Yeah.
I feel like Fig says I'm not a baby when he's got a mouth covered in chocolate and is just like huffing.
You're like the big baby in Spirited Away.
Yes.
As your day kind of comes to a close, it's starting to get a bit darker now, like 4 o'clock in the evening. Do you guys continue on for another couple hours to Bormuir, or do you guys camp out in the side of the road?
Do we know how far it is? Is there like been a sign or anything that says like Bormuir however many miles or anything like that? Or are we still just heading down the road and hoping for the best?
There's probably been a sign being like halfway point to Bormuir. You've passed that.
What do you all think? Should we just keep going or shall we camp here for the evening and then move on in the morning?
I kind of think we should keep going as long as we can. I mean,
Yeah.
if everyone else is all right with it, I kind of don't want the trail to get colder. If they were
Yeah, I feel like-
galloping last night,
We are in a bit of a rush. I would
Okay.
prefer to stay out here, but never mind, that's fine.
Okay, let's keep going then.
Okay.
If we want to get there faster, I could always, turn into a horse.
Can you carry all three of us?
I think so. I mean, Emlyn's really light.
I don't think you could carry me, Fig.
Is that the DM saying this through a character?
Yeah, kind of.
I can be a war horse, though. That's bigger.
Yeah, but not you're not 3 people long.
No.
Especially with all their backpacks and stuff. There's no way.
you
Okay.
need to get like a little sidecar for Emlyn.
Yeah.
Like a
Little
little
cart.
skateboard they can sit on, yeah.
Just pulled behind.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We'll just walk then.
As you guys begin traveling through the darker night, there's no clouds. The stars are very apparent in the sky. It gets quite cold now in these later months. And as you start seeing torches on the horizon, yeah, as you travel in between these steep rolling hills, you round a corner in the late evening to find a small hamlet with wooden cottages, wicker fenced gardens, all sprawled out down the hill to the bottom where there's a river. You now see fishermen coming up with their catch of the day with torches in hand. As you walk through this town, you see that at its center has a inn called the Graceful Goat. You're now in Bormuir. It's a very quaint little country town. There's no walls. It seems to be quite open and kind of the architecture blends in with the land.
It's
Would you
nice
guys like
here.
to do?
Go to the inn, I suppose.
Okay. As you start heading towards the inn, you see a couple of horses that are tied up at the front. You see a bunch of people sitting out at the front. And the coldness in the air doesn't seem to bother them. And their warm smiles, their merriment as they're having meals and drinking ale. You see the fishermen kind of passing with the stench of freshly caught fish from the river. Catches your nostrils as they start heading in, kind of taking a strange look to you. Again, all different sorts of races and types of people here.
Shall we head inside?
I think so. Smells good.
As you head inside, you see a very simple setup. You see off to the right hand side is there a doorway that kind of leads into a bunch of benches where people seem to be sitting. You can smell the fresh fish being cooked as you see people being plated and given fish and various bits of meats. Off to the left hand side, you now see people kind of cooking off to the side. It seems like quite like a homely feel to it, and you have stairs right in front of you, and off to the side from that is a small desk where you see a halfling sitting with a leather apron on. As you kind of approach him, you get the very strong smell of tobacco. He's got wild, curly ginger hair, and he holds himself with some importance as he kind of looks up at you guys. Yes?
Hello. We were wondering if you had any rooms available?
How many is there? 4? Yeah, we have a couple of rooms available, if you don't mind bunking up.
No, that should be fine.
Oh, very good. It will be just for this evening?
Yes, I think so.
Just 2 silver.
Cool. But I'll just pay.
He kind of takes it up. This is kind of like sitting on top of the reception desk. Takes them, inspects them to know whether they're fake or not. He kind of looks over them. Very well. You just head up the stairs on the left-hand side. Those rooms are yours.
Thank you.
So where are you guys coming from?
We came from Lilion.
Any news to bring?
Well, we were hoping that you could give us some news.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen a guy running through here? I don't know what he was wearing. Ugh.
We think there was a large party of people who travelled from Lilion through here potentially last night.
Ah, yes. I do remember seeing them. They did take a quick stop in here for some food.
Did they just travel on?
Yes, they only stayed a couple of hours, rested their horses a bit, and continued on. But I don't really ask too many questions. They paid well, so it's fine.
Do you know where they were heading or what way they went when they left?
Oh, they headed eastward.
Towards
Towards the mountains, yeah.
Okay. Did you overhear them saying anything about where they might be going?
No, like I said, they were quite quiet and kept to themselves.
Alright. Thank you very much for your... Oh wait, I want to roll insight, see if he's holding anything back. Natural 20. What a waste of a natural 20, maybe. Is he holding anything back?
He is holding back a little bit. You do see him like biting his lip a little bit and not really telling you the whole truth.
Thank you for your help. Francis said that you would be helpful.
Oh, yes. I haven't seen her in a while. Perhaps we'll get some guards now.
Do you have any more information on these guys? Maybe this will help? And I'll hand him a gold.
His eyes widen and takes it. Huh. Well, one thing I can tell you, there was a different looking fella. I was seeing too many, what are they called? Hobgoblins?
The red-skinned guy.
Yeah, he was an odd one. Stand out among the rest, but I'm not saying any bad thing about them, but just a note that I picked up. They did seem very well armed, and they look prepared for a cold trip, I'll say.
Okay. Does it look like he's told me everything now?
Yeah, like, you can read him. He seems to...
Okay, thank you very much for your time and for being truthful with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Now for some food.
As you guys kind of head up to your rooms to drop off your things, it's very simple areas. You know, there's a couple of beds. Not the hugest size. There's even some roll mats on the floor that are covered up in bottom with hay. There's one set of drawers that looks out over the rest of the town, and you can see the river at the bottom glistening from the moonlight. And you see like a jug of water in a bowl.
Is it Veda and Malara sharing room and then Fig and Emlyn, or is it Emlyn Veda, like how he's splitting the slads?
Veda would ask. Malara, do you want to share with me or do you want your own room?
Well, we can share together. That should be fine, yeah. She kind of like smiles.
Emlyn, are you wanting to share with me or are you wanting to go with them?
I think I'll go with you.
Okay. Do these rooms have any...
like pulling Fig away.
Do these rooms have balconies in them at all?
No, just
Oh.
windows.
We'll have to sleep
were
inside
spoiled.
now. Great.
You got spoiled in the Golden Crown.
It did. Now he thinks everything has balconies. You have to sleep inside, Emlyn.
I mean, you don't have to,
I don't just...
but probably don't go too far away. Don't disappear off into the woods or anything.
That's where you go to sleep.
Right, but maybe the closer by bit of the woods, in case there's horrible dangers, or
No,
know,
it's
people that
fine. I'll
tried
stay...
to kill us before, trying to kill us again, or...
Yeah, I'll stay here, but... Can I have the one closest to the window?
Is there 2 beds?
Yeah, there are.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Thanks.
There's like 2 beds, and there's probably like a third one, but it's on the floor. That's like a bedroll
how big are the beds? Would they like really not fit me at all?
You'd have to curl up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
People are not normally your size.
I'm just waiting for the day Fig sits on a bed and it just snaps underneath him.
Yeah. Today's not that day though. It's well made. It's not shoddy or anything. As you kind of drop off your stuff, what would you like to do?
Should we get some food? Are you hungry, Emlyn?
Sure.
We'll go get Veda and Malara, see if they want some food as well.
Well, maybe let's just knock on the door. And
Yeah, I'm not
let
gonna,
them
like,
know
barge
we'll be
in.
going downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, been walking all day. Need to eat.
Are they like the room next door to us?
Yeah, pretty much. There's like,
If I bang on the wall, will they hear me?
yeah, probably.
I said the door. You don't know.
Veda! Bam, 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 bam. We're going for food. Can you hear me?
You can.
I think Veda would just like walk out of the door and wait.
He waits a moment and leaves the room as Veda outside.
Yep.
Oh, there you are. Did you hear we're getting some food?
I'm sorry, I told him not. We're getting.
I heard. I'm coming.
So you can hear me through the wall. That's
Big-
fun. We can
big,
like
don't-
what?
Don't bang on the walls and yell through them. It's very uncouth.
What?
Just don't do it.
But it's fun. We could talk to each other through
No,
the
it's-
walls.
It's rude. People won't like it. Is what she means.
Oh, okay.
There are other
Sorry.
people in the inn, not just us.
But I was thinking we could like talk to each other and make sure everything's all right.
We can talk to each other face to face. We don't have to scream through the walls at each other.
I mean, I guess.
Malara kind of like comes out. She's taken off all her bags and stuff. She's taken off her leather armor and is wearing more of like a super baggy tunic now.
I just imagine you're in sweatpants. To be honest.
She pretty much is. It's kind of just like super comfy clothes. I think they've some good fish here. Perhaps we can give it a go.
Sounds great. Let's
Okay.
go.
As you head back downstairs, you couldn't take a seat up. It seemed to be, mostly grilled fish, and there's some, vegetable sides and potatoes and all that kind of good stuff. But most of everything they sell here is just various different types of fish and hams.
I would like fish and ham. I go to the bar.
Yeah.
I would like some fish and I'd like some ham, please. And anything else. And some juice.
Juice? What do you mean
Yes.
juice?
Like apple juice?
Cider?
No.
What do you want
Or milk?
then? Milk?
Water?
Yeah. You can do water.
Yes.
Okay. Are you just ordering for yourself?
Yeah, he kind of got too excited.
Okay.
around.
Yeah, so, you order your food and various bits and pieces. Your evening conversation continues, and your food's pretty good. Not amazing, but it kind of does the job. You overhear Fig,
Mhm.
the owner, Goldman, say, well, not to you, just to somewhere else off to the side. Well, Pip better get money paid soon. I don't want any of those people coming back. Don't know, I haven't seen him in a little bit. Perhaps his dad will know. That boy's always getting into trouble. He's gonna be the end of this town. We're living a good life and this idiot is making deals with the wrong people. And you having kind of high perception, you are able to pick up on this.
Do I see who he's talking to?
Just like another human man in a simple tunic. Just looks like a fisherman guy.
Did anyone else hear that?
Yeah, what?
Bartender guy, the halfling, was saying that someone called Pip making deals with the wrong kind of people.
Very rude to eavesdrop, Fig.
And I didn't mean it. I just heard it. I wasn't doing it on purpose. But he said that he's driving the town into the ground. Maybe he's got something to do with Alexander's people.
What makes you think that?
Because there were bad folk who came in and maybe he's making deals with them.
That was awfully quick if they were when he here last night.
I'm just guessing. I wonder who Pip is.
So, as you have your food and conversation, is there anything else you want to do in this town?
I want to explore it a little bit.
Okay.
Go for a little walk.
Yeah, I mean, it's not big. It's more like long. It would take you about 15 minutes to get to the bottom of it and back up. It's
I
very...
invite someone to come with me if they want to. Emlyn, Veda, Malara, walk.
Emlyn comes with you.
I feel like it wouldn't hurt to like ask around about the folk that came through last night as well.
Okay.
Okay.
It does look like the whole town is at the inn.
Okay. You just chat to people in the inn then.
Okay.
Okay.
Me and
I feel
Emlyn
like-
will go for a wee walk.
No, alright. I was gonna say that if the whole
Oh.
town's in, I feel like Emlyn would be quite happy to just like get a cider, like chat to people,
Alright.
not have to go outside.
Well, Fig's gonna go for a walk then.
As Fig goes off exploring this quaint
On
town
his own.
on his own.
Ah,
Yeah, like people are quite happy to, engage in conversation. It's quite gossipy, and you don't quite understand the context of things. They're like, "Oh yes, I hear that Judy has been doing this to this person," and no context of who these people are, but it seems to be quite fun, and people are poking fun of each other, and they make you feel welcome as the night goes on. Someone picks up like a lute or something, starts playing it, and people start dancing around, and turns into quite a fun evening.
I feel like if Fig is gone for a really long time,
Mhm.
Emlyn will probably go after him. But initially, if everyone's chatty, I feel like Emlyn is ready to chat. And also to see if they can pick, they weren't that interested in whatever about Pip, but if they hear anything about Pip, they're interested. If they hear anything, they maybe like start a lot of conversations by being like, "So I heard this," do you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that people counter them.
Yeah.
Being like, no, that was wrong. Being like, "Oh, I heard all the people that came through town looked like this," and so that
Mhm.
they can hear if anyone is like, no.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys are having the conversations with a bunch of people, they say, "Oh yes, there was a good number of them." They said about 30 or so came through. Strange fellows, but we just avoided them. We didn't want to get involved too much. They're in and out pretty quick, so not to bother to us. And someone's like, "Oh yeah, but that was that one strange fellow. He was not too keen." And someone says, "I thought I did see Alexander with them. I don't know why he would be with them." And then you hear the conversation of like, "Oh, I think he's been involved with some sort of shady business." And then the boy Pip, and as you kind of hear this, you're like, "Ah, that shepherd's son, Pip. He's always getting involved with some nasty folk. He should just keep to himself." They're like, "Oh, where is he? I haven't seen him tonight."
I feel like
Mhm.
maybe Emlyn wants to push this a little bit and just sort of asks like, what kind of shady folk?
"Oh, well, me being a good follower of Lathander, I don't deal with those kind of shady folk. But
No, of course. I just know people have been in trouble back home. I can relate.
Well, from what I hear, it's over a bit further south. There's people that took up in the mines and started running some illegal poaching businesses around here. The guards don't particularly like that, but since there's not been so many guards, it looks like Pip has been selling off some of his father's sheep, and when he couldn't deliver on the sheep, he started to being in debt to these people, apparently, but I don't know. But you'd have to speak to Pip, really. He's just on the outskirts of town if you want any more information. But like I said, I don't know anything about those kind of people.
No, of course. Terrible involving themselves with that. Actually, my friend's gone for a walk. I might see if I can find him.
Okay.
Like, if Pip is supposed to be around as well.
Yeah. As you could see, like, there's probably like 50, 60 people like around here. Like as you head outside, there's a bunch of people outside as well. Fig,
Mm-hmm.
as you leave,
Mm-hmm.
you begin walking around. You see these kind of,
I wanted to head towards the water.
as you walk down the winding paths, you see in their stables a bunch of horses and chicken coops all closed up for the evening.
I say hello to everyone.
You see like really cute little garden patches behind wicker fences, and it seems to be all very quaint and quiet. As you head towards the river, you see like a nice bridge going across where the rushing water kind of just consumes your hearing. Make a perception check for me.
24.
Okay. As you're kind of like taking a sit, watching the water go by with the moon bouncing off of it, another light comes into the water. You kind of turn off to the side. The opposite side of the town, there's another like hill. You see at the top of the hill this bright blue, translucent person wearing, it looks to be armor, holding a spear, kind of looking around lost. And it sees you looking at him and starts heading towards you.
Do they look threatening?
It just, as it's walking, it seems to be like almost floating down the water. It doesn't seem threatening. It's not got spear charging at you. It's slowly just walking towards you.
Hello?
As you get a better visage of it, as it comes kind of closer up, can you make a wisdom save for me, please?
11.
Okay.
Am I gonna age like 10 years or something?
I mean, we'll see.
Oh god.
As you see this creature and it kind of like turns its head up, you see that most of its face is like drooping to one side, almost off the bone. As you can see a part of its lower jaw, and it kind of looks up at you. It doesn't have any eyes, just hollow pits. Yeah, and you just become immediately frightened, can't seem to move, and you're just kind of looking at it, and you're just kind of staring up at you, and it says, "Don't be concerned for my visage." Can you make another wisdom save for me?
Oh, I'm concerned.
16. As you kind of like get a hold of yourself, it doesn't seem to be attacking you, and you kind of focus your mind. It says, "Where am I?"
Oh, you're a town called Bormer? Who are you? Why are you? What? Are you a ghost?
I believe so. I'm lost. I don't know where she is.
Who's she?
My love. I lost. He kind of just like starts looking around at the ground and kind of like looking at you. And he says, "I was supposed to meet her at the Turning T in Dorun Pass, but I've been wandering for so many years. I can't get there. Every time I try, I get stuck wandering these hills.
Do you just get turned around, or can you just not find it?
Don't know. Just get stuck. I make my way there, and the next evening I've moved nowhere."
What happened to you? Do you know how you died? Do you know you're dead?
I do. The
Okay,
war.
that's a good start.
The war claimed my life, but I made a promise that I would return. And he kind of goes into a pocket and takes out a ring that is solid. There's no translucent to it. He says, "I was supposed to give her this when I came back."
Were you gonna marry her?
I was.
Does he look human?
Humanoid. Hard to say. His face is dripping.
But any like pointy ears or anything? Like, is he an elf?
He is slenderish, a slight point to the ears, maybe elven kind, but
How long ago do you know you've been dead for?
he kind of like pulls out his tabard, and you can see it a bit from the glowing. It does bear the symbol of the Zundarian Empire. I was in the war with Sisan. I lost my life. Bring it to her, and perhaps I can rest.
What is her name?
And kind of like searches around. I don't know. She said she would wait for me, though, in the Darun Pass at the Turning T. Give it to her. You will see her.
Okay, I'll give it to her. Any description or anything that make it easier?
And he kind of like just tries to like search around in his memory. No. She was beautiful.
Okay. I promise you I will give this ring to her and I will find her for you so you can rest.
Yeah. As you're kind of like holding it,
Mhm.
it seems to hum with some sort of magical essence as it's placed in your hand.
Can I cast detect magic on it?
Yeah. It is magical
Mm-hmm.
and is abjuration magic.
Okay, isn't that like the aggressive kind of magic?
No, it's like protection.
Oh, that's nice.
If you give it to her, perhaps I will see her again.
I promise you I'll do my best.
Thank you. And he just turns around and starts walking back up the hill with his spear in hand.
I look at the ring and I put it somewhere safe.
Yeah. And it's like a nice silver band ring. Nothing like of note around it, just that it's a magical ring. As
Okay.
Emlyn, you able to catch up with Fig in the next couple of minutes or so? As you're able to find him.
It's just
Oh,
sitting with his
Emlyn
feet in
was
the water.
also- Emlyn also wanted to look for Pip.
Make an investigation check.
I don't know who I'm gonna find first.
I'd probably say you could see Fig.
Oh, cool.
As you're at the top of the hill, you can probably see someone at the bottom. You want to investigate, you find Fig.
Okay, cool. I've rolled 8.
Hey, okay.
Just checking you're all right.
Oh,
out
hey.
here on your
Hey,
own.
Moon. Yeah, I saw a ghost and he gave me a Yep. And he gave me a ring and I have to give it to his wife to be so he can rest.
Well, that's
yep.
very nice.
Yep.
Good for you.
Yep, what are you doing?
You said you heard the people at the next table talking about someone called Pip.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to see if I could find them.
Do you want me to help?
I don't know. It sounded like maybe he had problems with debt or shady people. Kind of thought maybe if I could talk to him one-on-one. Just in case it's related or anything. I don't know.
Do you know what Pip looks like?
Well, no, but it's not a very big town. He's a shepherd's son, and they said he'd be on the outskirts.
Okay.
I suppose. Like, is it obvious? Like, is the town really small? Is it
Yeah.
obvious
it's
where I
obvious.
should go, or like not at all?
I mean, there's multiple houses, and there's some farmsteads outside of the city. It's not immediately obvious, and shepherds kind of walk around.
Yeah, all right. Maybe, having actually like looked around for a minute and like not done a very good job of seeing everything, right?
Yeah.
Their investigation was pretty low, and they can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I mean, if you're going for a walk anyway,
Well-
maybe you could come along.
I was going to go for a walk, but I also wanted to try something.
Try something.
Yeah, but I got distracted by the ghost, so just bear with me. I'm gonna go up to the bridge and stand on the side of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna jump off the bridge and into the water. But as I'm doing it, I'm gonna turn into a giant seahorse.
Terrifying.
Yep. How deep's the water actually?
That's pretty deep.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna turn seahorse. And can I do a sweet flip as I turn?
Do an acrobatics check.
Thanks. Down the slip. Ah, 10.
Okay. It's not super graceful, and you kind of land on your chest, but as you kind of hit the water, you turn into this like a 6 foot tall
Seahorse. I'm like the kind of browny color. I still have like kind of spots, like dark black spots all over me, and my little tiny like seahorsey wings. And I just pop my head out the water and look at Emlyn and I'm like, ah! That's the noise I imagine a seahorse make.
Well, I'm glad Emlyn is like yelling out into the water, taking care of your important ghost seahorse business. Well, I'm trying to. His figure's like swimming around.
Yeah. He's just kind of, he's not going very far, he can still hear you, but he's like, he's obviously paying attention to what you're saying.
I feel like while all this stuff's been going on, Veda's just like joined in with the person in with the loot, and is just like
Yeah.
contributing to merriment.
Yeah. Lara as well. She's just kind of like
Yeah.
dancing along.
Neither Emlyn nor Fig told Veda that they were leaving, so she's
Fig, like-
ingratiating herself so people tell her stuff.
Fig, after a little while, like, pops out of his form and climbs out the water. I just had a feeling that I could, I could do that now. I could swim in, like, another form and actually do it. Because I've never been able to do that before. But
Mhm.
something told me to come to the water and try. So I did. And then I saw a ghost and then got distracted. And now you're here. So we can go do your thing. Go look for Pip.
I want to see if Emlyn believes there was a ghost. They got 13 insight.
Yeah, no, 13. You can tell that, you know Fig.
Oh, I can tell that Fig believes that he saw a ghost.
Yeah, he looks like he said he saw a
Okay.
ghost.
He looks like he's seen a ghost.
Yeah, I guess
Bit
maybe they're like
pale.
a bit more open-minded now that Vader was talking about the frog people, and they don't really understand like what magic is or how it works. So they're just sort of trying to like nod politely along, like, "Oh, the feeling you had to go to the water, that's great."
He does take out the ring and he's like, "This is a ring that he gave me," and I think it's magic. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird
It's
that this
kinda
is
thing-
real and he wasn't.
Just kind of never happens to me. I'd have been wandering around and a ghost came out. Does that happen to you all the time?
No, that's never happened to me before. Usually I wander around and I get lost.
Hmm. Well, do you want to wander around now and get lost then?
Yeah, sure, sounds great.
Can we go around to like the edge of town? I don't
Sure.
know. Does shepherds wander around at night? Does Emlyn know?
You probably would, but you could tell that since they were having the conversation at the inn, the shepherd wasn't there. Otherwise, he would have probably spoke up about some shit.
Yeah.
So, Fig, you want to do an investigation with Emlyn's help?
Can it be perception?
No, because you're looking for
Okay. 13.
13. Okay. As you're wandering around, just head outside of town a little bit, and you do see a path with a lot of footfall of animal tracks. They look smaller, not like horses or anything. You kind of follow that for a little bit, and you come to a small, simple house with a massive field full of sheep.
Oh, sheep. I go over and try to talk to them.
They kind of just start running away.
No, but they can hear me.
Now they can understand you.
Don't be afraid, sheep.
Who's out there?
Oh,
And you see this older man coming out with a long grey beard. He's got like a stick. What do you want?
Excuse us. Sorry that it's so late. We've come from Lillian. We're looking for Pip. We're doing an investigation, just speaking to a few people in the town about some things that have been going on.
And he kind of like points his like pretty hefty wooden stick towards you. He says, "You'll get no money from him. I know what he's been up to. You better leave now before I kick your ass."
We're not looking
Oh.
for any money, and he's not in any trouble. In fact, we just wanted to know a little bit more about the situation because we know people in a very similar situation. We've been sent by the guards.
but he's not in any trouble, we promise.
Make a
Emma's
deception
still very
check.
persuasive.
Make a
It's,
dece-
I mean, is it deception?
Can it not be persuasion? Not
Yeah.
that that's any better. The two uncharismatic characters.
I'd say, yeah, make a persuasion check.
Emma's persuasion's alright, but that was a natural one, so
Just kind of like,
that's just who they are, though, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Fig and Emlyn together, not the most, not the kind
They're
of
like
people guards
very
would send.
grubby. Yeah, it sounds like a lie.
He kind of looks you up and down. Oh yes, because the guards would just send a. Kind of looks over to Fig. And you to investigate this small matter in this small town. I don't really think about it like that. When you get out of here, you can see him like now two-handing the staff.
Oh, he's gonna whack us with his stick.
I mean, we're obviously not asking him for money, are we?
I do not trust strange folk around.
All
I
right. This is all Emlyn's got. So I think they're just going to be like, all right, the truth is, I think I might be in trouble with the same people. I just wanted to know if it was the same thing.
And I'm just here.
I'm gonna roll to see how he feels about you.
All right. I feel like Emlyn's trying not to look very threatening, because they're not.
Fig and Emlyn were both just forcing a smile. It's like,
He rolled a 4.
I don't know what that means. What have you ascribed that to?
He says, "You don't look like much. I could kill you if I wanted. Right.
Definitely good.
Pip, come out." And you see this kind of small, not very well built, probably like a little bit malnourished kid, kind of long, scraggly hair that kind of comes over his head. Yes?
I just wanted to talk with you. Some of the people in the town seem to think you've been in some trouble, debt, and that kind of thing. Kind of just wanted to know about that. It's since I've been in a spot of trouble myself, and we think there are lots of things going on that might be all linked together.
Well, there's a couple of people from a southern town, just a bit, and they said we could make a lot of money if, I gave them a couple of sheep, we could sell it to Lilian and make a lot more money a lot quicker, and why wouldn't I say no to that? But it turns out those people shouldn't be doing that and were known to be poachers. And when I said to my dad that we should do this, he obviously said no, and now they want the money that they should have got from the deal from me, and I don't have it.
It's just poachers that just steal sheep.
How old is this kid?
Probably 14, 15.
And how much money is it they're wanting?
15 gold.
My
Which is a
God.
lot for
I know,
a
I know.
shepherd.
I'm just trying to think about how Emlyn feels about it.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem to be related in any way to...
No, right. But they're also thinking about how earlier in the day, Melora was like, you can't just stop and help every single person. And they were like, maybe I can. I don't know how Emlyn feels about it. I think maybe Emlyn just gives them the money, because, they know that feeling.
Yeah.
Fig helps pay because he knows Emlyn owes a lot.
Okay, so you split it
He's
half.
like, oh, my money. I have money in my pocket.
Yeah,
Where did
magically
that come from?
you have more money, Fig.
Must be from the ghost.
Okay, so you have it.
Hmm.
Sure.
Or I can pay more. I've got 12 gold here.
That's fine. Just
So Fig, this is like magical money that he didn't even know he had. He's just like, oh well, whatever.
if you put in 5,
Right?
well, thanks for your time. We'd like to thank you for answering our questions. We'll be on our way, and maybe don't get into this kind of trouble again.
The kind of father takes the money and just says, mighty kind for you, what is in it for you?
Just want the sheep to be safe, really.
The druid speaks.
Maybe Emlyn looks at Fig for a moment and then just sort of ignores him and turns back to the guy and it's like, we're looking for something a little bigger scale, but I know the feeling of being in over your head, and maybe now he'll know not to do it.
Oh yes, he's had a good telling, I'll tell you that much. He's got a lot of work to do till that's paid off. But thank you anyway.
We hope this helps.
Go on, get inside.
Emlyn leaves.
Right? Bye,
But they're
sheep.
tick, comma, 2 good deeds.
I like the thought, because you wear woolly jumpers and it was it's for the sheep, that he was just you're just really into sheep stuff.
Fig waves at the sheep as they leave.
They're just kind of staring at you with their weird eyes.
I love them so much.
As you head back to the tavern, party's kind of calmed down a little bit. Malara's all kind of puffed out from dancing around and kind of having a good time. Veda, what are you up to?
Once she stopped playing with the person with the loot and stuff, she would probably just sit and chat to Malara and maybe keep a little bit of an eye and see if there's anybody that looked like they might be worth talking to, if they might look like they might know something.
Make a perception check.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nat 20.
As you were kind of playing your lute and you're keeping an eye out for a bunch of people, there was one person who didn't seem to be enjoying this whole festivities. A dwarf person, unsure of gender, sitting in the corner with a long, heavily braided beard, trying to drink their ale in peace. And they were very intent on listening in on everything.
Okay. I think when she stops playing, she'll maybe just put her lute down and if Malara's still dancing, she'll just leave her, but if Malara's sitting down, she'll just be like, I'll be back in a moment. Okay. And go over to the dwarf person and be like, hello, can I buy you a drink?
No, I'm fine. Don't want any of your charity.
Okay, fine. And just sit down next to them. So, can I talk to you?
About what?
I was just wondering what you are keeping so close an eye on.
There's a lot of talk in towns recently. There's a war band coming through. I don't trust it.
Have you heard anything about them?
They're dangerous folk. My friend works up in the canals in Lilion and saw this whole debacle go down.
What debacle?
His canal boat was stolen, for one, and you were described.
Ah yes, we brought his boat back.
And I don't trust you folk being here. Sounds like trouble comes where you are. I'm keeping an eye out just in case something else kicks off here.
It's not that trouble comes where we are, we go where there is trouble.
So what are you doing in my town?
We are looking for this warband that you described.
They ain't here anymore. They moved on.
Did you hear anything about them that would be useful?
Make a persuasion check.
12?
How can I trust you? What if you're just working for them?
Why would I have given your friend his canal boat if I was?
I don't know. Sneaky in some way. I don't quite understand it very much.
Would you hand him 5 gold?
That wealthy, huh? Kind of puts it on the table. Someone so desperate for information would have just taken me outside and killed me.
I have no desire to hurt you.
I can tell. They're heading up the mountains. I followed them for a little bit.
Do you know what path they took?
Heading toward Bormure, there's a path that heads off before you get to the Dunrun Pass, heading up the mountains. He takes the gold and gives it you back. I don't want your gold.
She'll take 4 back and leave him 1.
That's all I know.
Do you know where that path leads? Does it stay on the mountain or does it just go over?
There are many branching paths up through the mountains. Never really explored up there. Not many people head up that way. No point since Dalrune's there. Dangerous though.
I would imagine so. Thank you for your help.
I hope you do something about it.
I'm going to try.
And kind of takes the gold and taps it on the table a couple times. And kind of just goes back to drinking. Smalara comes over a little bit and says, "Is everyone okay?"
Yes, fine. I Veda would leave the table and leave the dwarf to their drink. This person thinks that Alexander and the bandits headed into the mountains.
The mountains? Ugh, I've heard horror stories from up there. If you're heading up there, you need to be very well prepared.
Yes, I don't know the first thing about traveling up mountains.
Neither do I. But they must stick to paths though, because they have horses and are a large party. I don't think they would have to climb anything.
I don't think any of us are equipped to go up the mountains.
Perhaps we can find more information in Dornrune.
Perhaps.
Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared. Are you?
Terrified. You ever heard of, being strong within your own support network?
Do you feel a little out of place now that you're not in Lilion?
Unbelievably so. I look around this place and I know no one. Where Lilion, I could protect my friends and be strong, and my battle axe can cut through about anything. I'm strong, but only physically. I don't want to lose anyone else.
I know you're strong, and not just physically. It's just all very new to you.
I feel like I gave off a different approach when we first met. This crazed woman, so confident and suave, but you've weirdly shown me more than anyone else. You're gentle and calm and strong, without needing an axe.
Well, an axe would be very handy, but I don't think I can wield one.
I feel like I need to work on other parts of my life that are not so physical. Maybe this is my chance at really finding out who I am. I thank you for giving me the confidence to go out. And she kind of leans in, tries to kiss you, if you...
Yeah, Veda will kiss her.
Just kind of holds your body in her hands and says, "Thank you."
You're welcome. You make it worthwhile.
I am very worried though, if you head up that mountain.
I don't know. I'll have to talk to Emlyn and Fig. Don't think that we can just head up there now though. It's a little much.
Winter months are coming as well. We don't know how long we're going to be up there. You could freeze. It's already cold. She kind of shivers a little bit. As at this point, Fig and Emlyn kind of walk back through.
Hello! Wave.
Hey! As a bunch of people like cheer as you walk in.
Hey! Fig's like, what? That was exciting.
He's all hopped up on sheep conversation.
Oh yeah. A new high.
Sheep. So what would you guys like to do?
Go sit with Veda and
Yeah. She'll kind of like lower her voice a little bit. I spoke to someone in here who said that Alexander and the bandits went up the mountain path, not through them towards Undaria. That's where they're going.
Is that the same place as the Dornrun Pass?
That's the pass through the mountains, not over them.
Because I kind of need to go there.
I don't think we
Probably.
can follow them up mountains.
But we could meet them on the other side.
When we met Dugan Hammond and he had that gem in his house, when I touched it, I saw a vision of myself up a mountain putting this and like take the little gem out into a machine of some kind on a fortress on the mountain. And when I touched the gem underground yesterday, it told me that the machine on the fortress is to the east, which is where they are going, and that machine can bend the will of the stars, and it sounds very dangerous.
That's crazy.
But I don't know if that's maybe where they're going, to wherever that is.
So, do you want to go that way to kind of follow what you saw? Or do you want to go that way because they might be going to do the same thing? Or do you think it's too dangerous?
I don't know. The gem said that... I sound crazy saying this. The gem said that if I saw myself doing that, then I was fated to. So I guess we will end up there at some point. But I have no idea how to climb a mountain. I'm not equipped or capable of that.
I mean, they went on the path though, right?
A path up a mountain is still very different to a path elsewhere. We don't have anything to keep us warm enough up there.
We know a sheep guy.
So many layers. Emma's from the mountains, actually.
Veda doesn't know that.
Yep. Well, I just remembered, so they say that.
Well, we could maybe buy something here. They might have warmer clothes that we can purchase.
When you saw yourself climbing the mountain, did you have like ropes and a pickaxe and spikes in your shoes and stuff?
I just saw myself already there. I didn't see myself climbing.
But you didn't have loads of extra equipment with you?
No, not that I remember.
Emlyn thinks it's not that dangerous. If you
Yeah.
don't need an ice axe, how bad could it be?
Can we rent a hot air balloon or?
As the Milara's kind of pipes in. I've heard pretty terrible stories of people trying to climb the mountain. Not because the mountain is bad, but just what lives up there can be a bit scary. Winged beasts that carry you off. I'm sure.
Maybe we'll get lucky and one of them will grab Alexander and just drop him at our feet.
Here's hoping. If you say that might be able to find a device that changes the stars, then that sounds pretty important to me.
Yes, it does.
What are you guys doing? Or what are you guys thinking, I guess?
Fig's like, I'm not prepared to climb a mountain. Maybe as a goat I could climb a mountain, but as a fig I cannot.
It's only a couple hours at a time though, being a goat.
Yeah, he can do 4 hours as a goat.
I don't know, Vida's just like, we are in no way prepared to climb a mountain.
I mean, he's up for climbing a mountain. Just maybe some shoes.
But like, what do you mean by like climbing a mountain? Do you know what I mean? If it's like
Abseiling.
the path is fine and the monsters are dangerous,
Yeah, pretty much.
right? If that's what it sounds like. I mean, if it isn't like fully like rock climbing stuff, but I don't know. Basically, like Emlyn's from mountains. Emlyn thinks it's gonna be fine. I think they probably overestimate their own ability.
I mean, that is very Emlyn, so.
Yeah.
So with that kind of like disgust, think you guys probably, head to bed, having ponderous thoughts about climbing a mountain.
I'm thinking about the ghost. I'm like, I can't go
Or-
into the underpass. Gonna have to go up a mountain. Can't go in the mountain. I think I have to go in the mountain. This ghost is never gonna get to rest.
As you guys are kind of resting, Malara says to Veda, if you're worried about going up the mountain, perhaps in Dornrune you could find someone to lead you up.
I think it would be good to ask at least. I fear if we went just as we would get lost and fall down and...
They might have a more in-depth map or something. I've heard wondrous tales of Dornrune though. It's supposed to be very beautiful.
Well, we should go there first, I think.
Do you want me to come with you?
I don't want you to do anything that you don't want to do. If you want to come, you're very welcome to, but I know you want to find your friend.
Yes, but I don't want to lose another one.
We have time to think about it while we get to the pass.
Kind of just looks a bit concerned and worried about you. She kind of just like holds you tight. Cut to the morning. Breakfast is had. It seems to be some sort of leftover fish cake or fish stew. Cullen skink, perhaps.
Oh my god, I love corn skink.
I love Cullen skink so much, and it's got so much milk in it. I super shouldn't have it. Sorry.
What? Why are you having milk and fish?
It's Cullen
Corn
skink.
skink is.
What is Cullen skink? I'm googling.
It's like
soup, it's really
oh,
It's like fish soup. It sounds disgusting, but it's amazing. It's like the
Yeah,
most
it's the fucking
comforting.
best.
no, I hate fish.
I love fish.
Don't trust it.
It's like a really like warming, creamy like soup with potatoes and like mackerel and stuff. It's awesome.
That sounds bad.
Nom 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 nom.
But Fig is loving it. He'll eat all of that.
Pig has it like all over his fur.
Yeah, it's all like
Gross.
stuck in there.
Smells really
No.
bad.
It's not
He
a
also
good thing
he
to
was
have
also
in your
wet
fur.
from the night before, so he's like smelling a bit burned and dog-like again.
Smells like burnt wet dog and fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good. He's really collecting the smells.
Pig, I think we need to take you for a bath soon.
But I went in the water yesterday.
Maybe you should go in some cleaner water.
Emlyn has like a huge mouthful and is at the same time being like, I think we could do it. We could probably just go straight up there. I mean, we can do whatever you want to do. You can go through if you like, but they're feeling suddenly much better about possibly having, like, contributed to having a lot of people blown up because they also gave someone some money and they feel pretty good about it.
What was the name of the place that Malara was saying again? We could get maybe find somebody to help us.
At the Dornrune Pass.
Dornrune Pass.
I need to go there.
Yeah, I think we should go there first at least.
That sounds like a great idea.
I know it's going to take time, but I would rather be prepared and then go up a mountain than rush up there and either like get stuck or fall down or just, die of starvation.
Great, sounds great.
We're not gonna die of starvation, but I do think that's a good idea. Because also, how fast could the horses really do it?
Yeah, they probably won't be going too quickly.
I mean, if they're a big group with lots of stuff.
Yeah, and they can't exactly gallop up a mountain path.
Those poor
We'll have to-
horses, they'll be so cold.
As Malara asks, Fig,
Hello?
why do you need to go to Dornrune?
I have a ghostly quest to do.
Oh, last night he met a ghost and was a seahorse. And
Yes.
we went on an investigation, but it was
And we
nothing.
saved some sheep.
What?
What?
Emlyn's still eating. That's it. That's their explanation.
We saw a ghost. I was a seahorse. We gave someone some money and saved some sheep.
You were very busy when you were out.
The ghost gave me a wedding ring so I could give it to his love that he was meant to meet in the T cross. And I have to
What?
give it to his love so he can rest.
If he was supposed to meet her there, how long has he been dead?
He had like war stuff on, so whenever that happened,
The war ended 30 years ago.
then that.
I don't think she's going to be there.
She
unless
might.
she's dead too.
I have a feeling that she's not like real. I think she's like a statue or something.
Okay. Well, we're going there anyway, so I guess
To
we'll
each
find
their
out.
own. I mean, no judgment.
You love mushrooms, so you can't
Yeah.
judge.
I love mushrooms in like a normal way you can love mushrooms.
I don't think there's a normal way you can love mushrooms.
They're just nice.
Is Melara listening to this conversation?
Oh yeah, 100%. She's just like, what the fuck?
These people are weird. Why am I traveling with them again?
Yeah, she's just like head down in the soup, just kind of like eating it. Just like, what?
I feel like I need to buy some shoes. It's kind of cold on my little feet, so they
So,
might
let's-
sell
Let's
shoes.
get you some shoes, and then we should head to the Dorn Pass.
Would they sell shoes my size here?
at
Maybe in the
map.
other place because there's giants, right?
Maybe we could check.
So,
Okay.
I mean, my feet are surely smaller than a giant's foot, so it could range.
Yeah, you haven't seen anyone like bigger than Fig in this town, so, and you haven't seen a cobbler.
I should be fine for just now.
Okay.
It's just when we get, to mountains and if it's snowy. Wait, it'll be snowy! Oh my god, that's so exciting. I haven't seen snow in so long. And snow's really fun. I remember that.
Where have you been? It always snows, Fig.
I don't. Sometimes people believe me, some people don't, but I've lived in the Feywilds for the last 30 years.
I mean, sure, why not?
Millard continues to question why she's with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen snow in a long time, hadn't seen rain. Wind is fun too. Anything that's not mildly warm is pretty cool. And nighttime.
Okay. She's just kind of like shrugs and looks at Veda like, what the fuck? Perhaps we should be getting on our way. Don't lose the warmth of the morning.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
good
ready
idea.
whenever you are.
As you kind of like pack up your things, again heading on the road, once again eastward from Bormure, heading towards the mountain. The next couple of days is pretty quiet. You can feel it getting colder as you wake up in the morning. You now see on top of the mountains it becoming very, very snowy.
Fig absolutely points this out to everyone.
You do see traders coming past you, some wayfarers, and you spend a night with a group of people that are all camping out in the evening. They do explain to you, or they tell you, tales of a menacing warband running through the countryside, and some hearing that it heads up, that they were heading up the mountain. Morning of the third day, you make it towards the Dornrune Pass, or the branching path that you can see now heading up the mountain. It seems to be a quite a well-walked path here, heading up, and ahead a road continuing straight on, where you see in the distance these large stone gates. They're very beautifully carved into the mountain. You can see carts and things heading in and out. Would you like to continue to Dorrun or head up the mountain?
I think Veda wants to head to Dorun.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
especially if it's like visible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If it's close enough that we could probably head up after if we got supplies or a guide or anything like that, then I do think
Yeah, it's not like a million miles away.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there first.
You arrived at this crossroads about in the morning, and you thought it was closer, but it was way further than you thought. It takes you another couple of hours before you actually hit the gates, and just looking at the size of this, everyone is just dwarfed in comparison. It stands probably 35 foot tall doors made of pure stone, beautifully carved, completely smooth. As you make your way through, you see standing there, wearing a large tunic with a axe on it that carves through a mountain, and wielding this large two-handed battle axe, standing there, this grey-skinned, 25 foot tall stone giant. He kind of looks down, inspects you a little bit.
I say good morning to him in giant.
Good morning. Make your way through. Any trouble, and you'll be crushed.
Sounds good to me.
You see an unexpected sight to Fig and Veda and Melara. A large city sits in here, before your eyes, on either side of this mountain pass. Winding streets, precariously placed houses line this inner city mountain, kind of going up in a reverse pyramid style. The main street that you now stand on is about 30 foot wide, with many traders of all sorts in this inner sanctum that they call home. The smell in here is very fragrant and quite overwhelming, with various spices and perfumes. And finding this tea place might be more of a task than you once thought, Fig.
Damn ghosts.
So welcome to Darun Pass.
Ooh.
Veda's very excited. She's never been anywhere like this before. It looks cool.
How big is this space? Bigger than Ilion?
It's relative size. It's about 300 foot up, and you can just see, it's almost like a quarry style on each side of this, just going back and forth, all the way up this side of the mountain, and it's perfectly carved out. Almost look like someone just took a chunk of it and removed it. And people seem to like the safety of this mountain, and it does have a different feel.
Yeah, Fig backs behind Emlyn a little bit. Not gonna do anything, but feels safe back there.
And
What do you Fig? Yeah, Fig hiding behind Emlyn. I bet
I
that's
love
going
it.
really well.
No, he just sort of edges behind them. Doesn't hide, just is like.
I love that Fig feels safer standing behind Emlyn. That's precious.
so we will end there for tonight's session. See what happens in Dornrune, whether we will find this mysterious tea place, and what happens up the mountain, I suppose.